was beginning to think we weren't going to make it.
Well, I'm just glad we got our clothes on before the store owner showed up to open the store.
Oh, hey, that reminds me. I picked you up something.
You did?
Well, you were in the back of the store doing something, and I saw it, and I thought of you. Think of it as a memento.
Aww. This is the same kind of race car as the bed in that store.
Do you like it?
I love it. And I have just the spot for it.
Hey, what's different about this place?
Just about everything.
Those crystal thingies are gone. And that book on psychic healing is not here. And everything
that belonged to Lucy is gone. I packed it all up and sent it over to Scott's. It belongs to her. That's where she lives.
Oh.
I think that looks great there, don't you?
I do.
So, when do you have to be at work today?
Not for a while.
Oh.
What'd you have in mind? Breakfast?
No.
Shower?
No.
Quick game of laser tag?
No. None of the above.
Listen to me, Don. This is so right. I can feel it in my bones. No. Listen, picture Gone with the Wind and the Titanic. You know, contemporary romantic clothing. I love it. And yeah, no. It's going to be great, really. What I want you to do is I want you to find as many antebellum dress designs as you can. Just research it a little bit for me, okay? And no, of course we will jazz it up. You know me. And no, that's not exactly what I want. I tell you what, I have a better idea. I am moving back into the Port Charles Hotel today, room 515. You know that one, yeah. And I want to meet you for lunch. How about that? You call me and I'll come down and we'll go over everything and I'll tell you my great ideas. Okay, yeah, okay, ta. Hey, I was just getting Don on board with this new romantic contemporary clothing line. You know, I'm ready to go full steam ahead with this thing.
It sounds to me that the only thing you're moving full steam ahead to is the Port Charles Hotel.
You don't have anything else to worry about, Courtney. The worst is over.
Do you think we should start her on some antibiotics in case there's any residual cellulitis?
No, it looks like it's resolving itself on its own. I don't need to come again.
Then she is well enough to travel?
Absolutely.
Thank you again, Timios.
You're quite welcome, Mr. Kennebus. Yes, sir.
I hope you find your accommodations comfortable.
I particularly like the armed guards outside our doors.
We'll be serving dinner shortly if you care to join us.
Why do you act like we don't know we're being held against our will?
You're well now, you're free to go.
Good. Then we will tomorrow. And we're taking Neil with us.
You may go home tomorrow if you like. Or you may stay here with Neil. But you're not taking him back to America. And if you do leave, you will not see him again.
Well, you know, that room at the Port Charles Hotel that I've been waiting for became available.
Thanks for telling me.
I did.
When?
That night at Mario's, remember when we were talking about our relationship and everything, and then everybody got so sick?
We were talking about how we were together because of our past and because we were in that little lost world in Florida, but I know that you know that's not why.
You're right. I do know that now.
Okay. Why are you moving out?
Okay, I love living here. I love living at the firehouse with you, but I just really believe it sends the wrong kind of message to Serena.
What the wrong message? How is that possible? That her almost mother loves her, wants to be around her? How is that the wrong message?
We've become lovers again.
As well we should be.
Yes, but we are two single people living in a house with a child. She shouldn't have that happen that way, okay?
Are you saying that we should get married?
No, of course not, because we haven't even really dated. We just started seeing each other again. I don't want to go rushing into something like we always seem to do. No.
Right, so let's just rush right out of here instead, huh? And I'm telling you right now, that's not what Serena wants.
You're right. I'll give you that. It's not what she wants, but she's a little girl. It's what she needs. I do not want to confuse her anymore. She's been through enough. No,
Okay, well, what about me? What about what I need?
Right now, this cannot be about you and about me.
You sure?
Yes, I am sure. Listen, I am not running away from you. I am not. I love being here, and I'll tell you what, I will give you a gold-plated key to my hotel suite, all right? You can use that key, hey, morning, noon, or night, anytime you want. But I can't live with you here like this right now. It's just not the right thing for Serena.
What did you think about me when we first met?
First time we met?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
What?
First time we met, I thought that's the shortest skirt I've ever seen on a donkey.
Good. You noticed.
Well, what did you think of me?
I didn't want to.
You didn't want to what?
See you. Not the way I was supposed to. Ellen Burgess had all of the interns go to a shrink after Cooper held us all hostage, remember?
Mm.
And that was the last thing I wanted to do. Because to be honest with you, I thought my head was just the right size as it was.
And it was. And then you met me, and I swept you right off your feet.
No. I thought, how can I get out of this?
Intimidated by my professional demeanor?
No, I just thought I'd be bored to death.
Bored.
Well.
Bored?
Well, Kevin,
Bored?
Kevin, listen. No, wait. You were so rigid back then. And you had this sort of formal demeanor.
So, still bored?
I have never been more wrong about something my whole life.
I can't believe the Canellos just think they're gonna get away with this.
I'll believe it. They have Neil now, and they will do whatever it takes to keep him.
Ah, here they are.
Mom! The doctor said you're feeling better.
I am feeling much better, thank you. So tell me, what have you been up to?
Victor was just telling me about the Trojan War, when Paris stole Helen, and then the Greeks sailed to Troy to get her back.
Well, that sounds very exciting.
I know that story. The Greeks stayed and fought for 10 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah, well, some people go to any lengths, no matter how hard or how long, to get back what is rightfully theirs.
Indeed.
Since we are all here, we should eat. It's buffet style, so serve yourselves.
Thank you, Elena. I'm famished.
How can you think of eating at a time like this?
The first law of the toothpaste business is eat every chance you get. Besides, you have to have proper nourishment to keep your synapses functioning. One thing's for sure. We're not a physical match for all of these guards. We're gonna have to think our way out of this mess.
Yeah? How come you told me Mom was dead?
Well, we were told that Mr. Scanlon and your mother were lost at sea. Luckily for us, Mary and Victor were brave enough and smart enough to find them.
Does that mean if you're feeling better, we can go home now?
Actually, Neil, your mother has come to the realization that Greece is the best place for you to be raised. In fact, She thinks it's so much better here. She is considering moving back here herself.
Really?
All right, I know you're mad at me, and that's okay, but I need help with all my stuff, and you are the only guy around here, so help.
You know you drive me crazy. You know that.
I know that. I'm just trying to do the right thing here. Can't you understand that?
Well, no, I think you're doing the wrong thing. How do you like that?
Fine, fine. Okay, then, we're at an impasse. And so, how about this? I will send someone back to get all my things if you will just drive me to the hotel. We won't talk about this anymore. I won't say another word, okay?
Oh, that's a good one. You'll be blabbering all the way over there.
Well, obviously, you don't know me as well as you think you do, because I'm perfectly capable of keeping my mouth closed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a word. You see, you can't be quiet for 5 minutes. You're physically incapable of that, Lucy. See, look at you twitching around there. You're just dying to start talking, aren't you? When you get to the hotel, you better get 3 rooms. One for you, one for your shoes, and one for that smelly duck.
Oh, you are so darn immature.
You didn't even make 30 seconds.
Okay, so now who's yapping their mouth? I bet you can't keep your mouth closed at all, ever.
Oh, I can be quiet. I can just dip it right up. That's the end of it. I won't say utter a peep until we get to your hotel.
You promise?
Boy, whoever said you can't live on love alone is absolutely right.
Here.
I need a turkey sandwich desperately. Let's raid your fridge.
Well, we could waste our time, but there's nothing in there.
You have nothing whatsoever to eat in this house?
Not a morsel. But I have a good idea.
What?
I have to drive you to the hospital anyway because your car's still broken down at the thrift store, so why don't we just stop off at the Port Charles Grill?
Oh, that sounds good. But not as good as this.
Mm.
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 Mm. Now, are you sure there's nothing to eat in the house?
Are you partial to stale crackers and mayonnaise?
Let's go.
Right. Hey, oh.
Okay. Oh, come on, I'm hungry.
Finished.
Okay, what do you say?
Thank you for dinner.
A guest always thanks the host.
Can you read me a story before I go to bed?
Yeah, you bet. All right, go on.
Pepper.
Neil is not a guest. This is his home.
The hell it is.
Joe.
I understand how difficult it must be for you to have lost your son. It was a terrible tragedy. But that does not give you the right to take my son.
Look, if you don't believe us, check John and Neil's medical records. Their blood types are incompatible. Neil is not your grandson.
We have loved him since the day he was born. We helped raise him for 7 years. Don't think you can snap your fingers and tell us he's no longer part of our family. The biology is meaningless.
Nobody said you couldn't be part of Neil's life. But you have no right to keep him from us.
And what gave her the right to steal him away to America? Without telling us a word of where they were. How do you think we felt?
Oh, that must have been terrible for you, Mrs. Canellis. Neil is my grandson, too, and I would hate the thought of not seeing him again. But you're forgetting a very important factor. What does Neil want? And it's clear he doesn't want to be separated from his mother.
She is welcome to stay here.
I don't want to stay here.
I suggest you make that decision in the morning.
You will not get away with this.
May I remind you that you and Courtney are still being sought on smuggling charges? I could pick up the phone and have the authorities here and have you in jail inside of an hour.
There's no need to make threats.
Tomorrow, you will all be transported back to the mainland. You have the night to think whether you want to stay here with your son or not. But whatever you decide, Neil stays here with us.
you do, don't get the oysters.
Why not? They're good here.
I know they are, but I'm afraid they may put your already overactive libido into overdrive.
Well, that settles it.
And what are you getting?
Oysters.
I knew it. At this rate, I will never get back to the hospital. You know that.
That's the whole idea.
Please, come on. Please, listen to me. I am here. You are here. You have to eat. I have to eat. I want you to be here when I talk to Don about this new clothing line, please.
Why?
Why? Because I want to pick your brain about this business venture. You are my best business partner and my other kind of partner, too, okay?
Yeah, well, as long as you're living
Okay,
here
okay,
and I'm...
okay, just stay. Hey, excuse me.
Yes.
Vix,
Yes.
listen, call party for 3, please.
Is the other party here?
No, not yet.
Would you like to be seated?
Yeah, good idea.
This way.
Thank you.
A toast to making lovers out of friends.
May we be the best of both. Oh, wait. And to the new Limbo King of Port Charles.
What?
Oh, great.
What's up?
Well, they seem to be everywhere we go, even this restaurant.
Well, you know, we do have similar tastes.
Very funny. Don is not here. He's late. You know, I'm gonna go call the office and check out where he might be. Excuse me.
I'm getting this tingly sensation.
Oh, yeah?
It's my pager.
Oh. Well, who is it?
Uh-oh. It's the hospital. Well, we're gonna have to put those oysters on hold. I have to go check and see what this is about. Excuse me.
Hi, Eve.
Hi.
You're looking perky.
Perky. Yeah. I guess it's probably because I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm looking forward to the mac and cheese. I hear it's pretty good here.
No, I know how you like to eat.
What are you having?
Well, I'll probably start with the stone crabs, fishy schwa, go right to the T-bone.
Sounds good. I've never had T-bone here.
It's good.
Good.
Conversation is too snappy for me.
I know. I actually have to go make a phone call. The hospital beeped me, so.
Good to see you.
It's good to see you.
Hi.
Hi.
I just wanted to thank you for sending all my things over in that lovely cardboard box.
Well, I would have gift wrapped it, but I figure you need it now that you're living at the firehouse.
I'm not living at the firehouse.
You're not?
No, I'm not. Actually, I am living here in a suite at the hotel.
When did this happen?
Today?
Hi, Lucy.
Eve, hi. Well, I certainly didn't mean to interrupt or anything, and I have a lunch meeting myself, so talk.
Bye.
Well, I'm sorry about the oysters, but I have to go to the hospital. I have an assist on quadruple bypass.
Oh. No problem.
I hate them so much. This is why I had to get away in the first place. They are so controlling, Joe.
Calm down. If we can figure out a way to assure the Canelloses that they can still be a part of Neil's life, then maybe they'll let him go.
Joe, how could you even think about negotiating with them? They have no right to him. They're not even his grandparents. He's your son.
I'm saying this because Neil is my son. We have to
My pleasure.
Thanks for this morning.
Also my pleasure.
Thanks for last night.
Definitely my pleasure. Oh, but now it's time for you to go back to being Dr. Lambert. Lifesaver.
Well, you know what they say. All play and no work makes Eve unemployed. By the way, when you saw Lucy today at lunch,
yeah?
did she by any chance mention when she moved out of the firehouse?
Today.
Oh.
Well, I should get
That's okay.
going.
I should.
Your lucky patients await.
Hey, are you trying to get rid of me or
No, I'm trying to get rid of myself. I'll give you a call.
Okay.
Dr. Hayes, dietary. Dr. Michael Hayes, dietary.
Hey, you two.
Lucy, I drew you a picture. Look.
You did? Let me... Oh my goodness. It's absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. It's a picture of Daddy, you, and me. See? A family. Daddy said you wanted to tell me something. What is it?
Yeah, that's right. I sure do want to tell you something. Come here, unbundle yourself and sit down by me here, pumpkinhead. Do you remember, I moved in here. It was just going to be for a few days to stay safe. Remember, to be protected from that bad guy Cooper?
Yeah, he was bad, but the police caught him.
Yep, they sure did. And that's great, and now we're all safe. So now it has come to the time that I need to move out of here.
No. No, I'm not listening. I'm not listening.
Serena.
That went well.
I don't understand.
Neil,
Why'd you just say Joel's my father?
Okay, it's true, sweetie. Joe is your father.
That's not true. My dad died in the funhouse on Halloween.
I know it's confusing, sweetheart. And John Kanellis was absolutely your father in one sense. But your biological father is Joe.
Stop saying that.
Look, Neil, you deserve an explanation. And I know that this is really confusing for you right now. But we can help you try to understand it.
I don't believe you.
Sweetheart, listen to me. Joe and I knew each other a long time ago. And we loved one another before I met John.
You and Joe?
Yeah, we dated when we were in college.
When I married John, I was already pregnant with you.
If you knew you were having a baby, why didn't you marry Joe?
Well, Joe and I had split up by the time I found out I was having a baby. But when I knew you were on the way, I was so happy. And by then I had met John and we had decided to get married. He and I became a family. But your father, your natural father, is Joe.
You're just saying that because you're mad at Yaya and Papu.
Neil.
Oh, wait. Listen, I need to do this.
Hello. I'm so sorry. Listen, I didn't mean to make you so sad. I certainly didn't want to make you cry. Look at me. I know that you know I would never, ever do anything to intentionally hurt you, okay? Now listen to me. This is not a bad thing. This is okay. All I'm going to do is go, and you won't even know it, really. I'll be here so much, you'll forget I even moved out at all. I promise. Listen, we're going to go to the mall even more. We'll do more movies. I'll paint your toenails. You paint mine every night, okay? Every night.
Did I do something bad?
Oh, no. No. Don't even say that. No. You could never do anything bad. All right? You didn't. I promise.
No, I wish you'd be with us.
Oh, little buddy, listen to me. It was only supposed to be for a few days. It was just going to be like some sort of long, extended slumber party. It wasn't supposed to be forever that way, you know? Remember, think about this. Remember you and your daddy had to move out when you were living with me. You had to find a place of your own. Well, that's all I need to do right now. I just need to find a place of my own, that's all.
You live with Gemma. Why won't you live with us?
Because, see, I loved Kevin, and we were gonna really get married and live together forever.
Don't you love Daddy?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I love your daddy very, very, very much. But it's just somehow different. Can you try to understand that, please?
No.
If you get caught playing doctor, Monica Quartermain is going to string you up by the toenails.
I'm just here copying some DL56 notes.
Want to hear my news?
Does it have anything to do with why you didn't come home last night?
Oh, are you worried about little old me?
Just call next time, okay?
Okay. Lucy has moved out of the firehouse.
Wow. You must have mistaken me for someone who would actually care.
I must admit I should probably have some kind of concern for the newly single Miss Coe, but after what she did to split up Scott and me, what I really feel like doing is opening up a bottle of champagne.
You know how much I delight in seeing other people get what's coming to them. But there is no way I'm going to buy this oh goody Lucy suffering act of yours.
Why not?
Oh, come on. You and Lucy have practically fallen all over yourselves, calling a truce lately. I'm surprised you aren't exchanging recipes.
Wait a minute, you're losing me here.
Look, all I'm saying is that your newfound glee isn't about Lucy revenge. It's just about the fact that Scott is now unattached.
Oh, hey, wait a minute now. I'm dating Kevin, remember?
Oh. Well, I guess that explains where you were last night.
We had a wonderful time.
All right, fine. All right, look. Kevin Collins is nothing more than your TP, your transitional person, okay? You're using him to get over Scott. He's using you to get over Lucy, period.
Okay, TU, totally untrue.
Look, TPs are a lot of fun, but they never last, okay? I mean, you watch. You're going to be stoking the flames at the firehouse soon enough now that Lucy is gone. TA. Ta.
Is it okay if I sit with you?
I guess.
Do you know, sometimes in baseball, when the pitcher throws a curveball, sometimes takes the batter by surprise?
Yeah?
Well, your mother and I, we threw you a pretty big curveball. But we didn't mean to. The last thing we want to do is hurt you. It's pretty confusing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, grown-ups have a knack for that. I mean, your dad was your dad for 7 years. And now he's gone. And your mother and I are telling you that I'm your dad, too.
Are you?
Yes.
How could you have not known?
I hadn't seen your mother in years. I didn't even know that she had a baby. And then you show up at Port Charles, and you and I became buddies, and you were sick. And I kept thinking to myself, what an amazing kid. And I kept finding myself wanting to be with you, even after you got well. And then one day, your mother decides she should tell me that you're my son.
Were you mad?
Neil, I've never been happier in my life when I found out I was your father. But yeah, I was angry at your mother. I was angry that she didn't tell me sooner, and she thought that she had to keep this a secret from me.
Your dad was mad too.
Oh, hey, listen to me. I know you overheard your dad say that you weren't his son, but don't you think, even for a second, that he didn't love you? Because he did. He loved you with all his heart. And that fight that you overheard before your mom and you first left Greece was not about you. It was about two grown-ups being mad at each other.
You sure?
I'm positive.
What are we gonna do now?
Well, we give it time. You have a lot to think about. It's going to take you a while to get used to the idea that I'm your father. But listen, you can trust that I will never ever try to replace John. He raised you, and he loved you, and he wanted to protect you. And you know what? Those are the things that make a dad. Neil, I've never been a father before. But I really, really want to be yours. I hope you'll help me learn how.
She ran up to her room in tears because she doesn't understand.
Lucy, when Serena and I went to Canada, you wanted to come with us. And I made the mistake of not taking you. But we fixed all that, and here we are, all living under the same roof, and now you want to split again.
What we have here, what you and me have, it is so incredibly wonderful.
So don't go.
Don't take this the wrong way, please, but I know that I need to create a separate bond with Serena, separate from you. Okay? I just need to know that she's not going to get me confused with the next woman friend that you have. And by the way, don't move that woman into your house while you're living with Serena.
You're not a woman, you're Lucy.
Would you, please just speak to her for me?
Oh, so I wave goodbye, I go upstairs, and I do all the dirty work with Serena to make everything okay. No.
Yes. You do it. And you do it well, because I know you always put Serena first.
Well, ever since you left today, I've been kind of hearing these funny voices in my head.
Well, I'm the guy to talk to when it comes to voices in your head.
Yes, you are. When I found out that Lucy moved out of the firehouse, I kind of been a little freaked out.
Oh. Because it indicates to us that Lucy and Scott weren't quite as serious as we thought they were.
And at first I thought that maybe it was because I was still hung up on Scott, and now he may be available. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized, oh yeah, that means that Lucy may be available too.
Well, I admit that finding out about Lucy is thought-provoking. But
No, you know, I just want you to know that if you and Lucy decide to get back together, it's no big deal. It's not. You know, after all, you two were almost married, and you would have been if I hadn't ruined it. And what we had was this great night.
Well, it was more than that, actually, if you count.
Well, you know what, actually, I mean, if you would just, you know, tell me kind of like what's going on or what your intentions are or something so that you can put the voices in my head at rest, I would really appreciate that, and it would just make me feel a lot better.
That's, you know...
Finished?
Yeah.
You sure?
It's your turn.
In an ideal world, when a relationship ends, two people should be able to go their separate ways and still wish the best for each other, right?
Right, sure. And they'll send each other Christmas cards and birthday cards.
Right, but I'd like to think of myself as evolved enough not to rejoice in the fact that Lucy's moved out of the firehouse. But the fact is, whenever I think of Lucy and Scott together, my blood boils over and I just want to smash things.
So do I. What does that say about us?
That we're normal human beings with complicated feelings like everyone else.
I just don't want us to hurt each other, Kevin.
You know, feeling pleased about the fact that Lucy and Scott aren't living together anymore doesn't mean that we have to want to be back with them. Nor does it take anything away from what's happening right now. With us, I mean. Like this very second. At least that's how I feel.
I feel the same way. We have something pretty good here.
Well, I'm glad we can agree on that.
Do you always know the right thing to say?
On occasion. But only on occasion.
Well, good, because that could get awfully annoying sometimes. But not today. Today, you said exactly the right thing. How did you get to be so smart, Dr. Collins?
Fortune cookies. You'd be amazed how much knowledge is contained in those things.
Oh, you are so ridiculous.
And you are just beautiful. You know, scrubs suit you. So, how long did you say your friend was covering for you?
Long enough.
There you go. Thanks for coming downstairs.
So did Lucy leave already?
No, she's in the kitchen. Are you sad?
Nope.
Well, that's good.
I figured out how to make Lucy stay with us.
How's that?
Just marry your daddy.
Where's Neil?
He's in his room.
I want to see
No,
him.
Courtney, wait.
Why?
He's resting. Look, I rubbed his back until he fell asleep.
Is he okay?
You know, he should have never found out like that.
I know. What did he say?
He mostly listened. I told him I wanted to be his dad, and he let me hold him.
I was wrong to ever keep him from you.
We're together now. And the most important thing is we figure out how to stay that way.
Costa gave me until the morning to figure out if I'm gonna stay in Greece with Neil or leave him behind.
Nobody can force you into a decision like that.
Well, they're doing a really good job of it. And it's all my fault. I kept Neil from you. I kept your mother from her grandson. And I kept myself with a man I didn't love.
Courtney, it is not your fault. Look, this is not your fault that the Canelloses stole Neil.
No, but this would have never happened if I would have told the truth in the beginning. I hurt everyone, Joe.
Listen to me. The truth is out. The truth is out in the open. And that's good news.
It is good news, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Everybody knows, including Neil.
And he finally has the father he deserves. Frank, I didn't think you were coming.
Just because I'm staying away from Julie doesn't mean I want her to get the death penalty. I came to check out her court-appointed shrink. Is he here yet?
Not yet, no.
Lee, I got a question. Kevin already thinks that Julie isn't fit to stand trial. Now, is his opinion going to carry any weight with this new doctor?
No, not really. Kevin was hired by the defense. Now, the judge wants an independent analysis of Julie's mental condition. So this doctor's opinion can really mean everything to helping Julie avoid a lethal injection.
Listen, I just confirmed that the Canelloses are putting us off the island tomorrow.
Courtney couldn't stall for more time?
She already bought us an extra day, and the Canelloses are not going to be put off any longer. They want to know if Courtney is staying here or leaving Neil behind.
Then we have to move tonight. Frankly, I'm stumped. I have no idea how to get past the guards.
Something you were telling Neil got me thinking.
What's that?
It's one of my favorite tales, the Odyssey. At one point, Odysseus is imprisoned by that Cyclops who was too large for him or his men to defeat.
Polyphemus, I remember. Odysseus got him so drunk that he passed out.
But we can't get everybody that drunk, but what if we were able to drug something that they eat or drink?
Of course.
Now, the problem is, what do we use? Now, you know the area. You've studied this sort of thing. Did you see any flower or plant that we might be able to use?
Papaver somniferans. There's a huge field of it right down the road.
Opium poppies.
One of the oldest narcotics known to man.
Hi, honey.
Are you angry with me?
No.
But it was hard for you to learn that Joe's your father.
Why didn't you tell me sooner?
You already had a father who loved you very much. And I didn't want to make things more difficult for you than they already were.
Am I the reason you and Dad yelled at each other right before the divorce?
No. No. We had a lot of other problems. John Canellos loved you very much. Just like Joe does.
I know.
And you should know that your feelings for Joe don't take away what you felt for your dad.
That's what Joe said.
He's right. Now, if you have any other questions or anything at all you want to discuss, you just tell me, okay?
Okay.
Now, I have a question for you. Do you want to stay here with Yaya and Papu? Or do you want to go home with me?
You're not staying here?
No. I'm going back to Port Charles.
I want to go with you.
Good. Good. But we got a problem. Your Yaya and Papu won't let you leave.
Why not?
Well, they're afraid if you go, they'll never see you again.
But I want to see them again.
Yeah, that's what I told them. But their minds are made up.
Well, before you showed up, Joe was trying to sneak me out of here, and... Is that what we have to do?
We're going to try and leave the island tonight. But for that to work, you can't tell anyone what we're doing. And what's more, I'm going to have to lie and say I'm staying here in Greece with you. Do you understand?
I guess. But how are we going to get off the island without anyone knowing?
Joe and Victor are working on that now.
He should do the trick.
Yeah, well, we're far enough away from the Canelloses compound that we can't be seen.
Fortunately, Costa cares more about having Neil watch than us.
And he also has our helicopter. We can't go anywhere even if we want to.
Good point.
So, how do we get the sedative from the flowers?
I'll gather the resin, and you start a fire.
All right, let's get to it.
Excuse me. Excuse me. I've decided to stay here with Neil.
Good. He will be very happy.
That is wonderful news.
Oh, come on. Let's not kid ourselves. You don't like me, I don't like you. It was wrong of you to kidnap Neil, but there's nothing I can do about it now. So, to make the best out of a bad situation, I suggest we all try to act like a loving family for Neil's sake. He's the only one who matters here.
It's good that we comprehend each other.
The others would like to leave tonight after dinner.
Very well. I will see that their helicopter's ready.
What does Joe think of your decision?
He doesn't like it. But he realizes I don't have any other choice but to stay.
What do you mean you're staying?
Well, just what I said. I'm staying here with Neil.
You're siding with them?
No, I am siding with my son.
Oh, Neil happens to be Joe's son, too. Is he going to lose all contact with his son? Am I?
Well, that's up to Costa and Alini, not me.
There are still other channels we can go through. But if you stay here, there won't be anything Joe can do. We need you to come back with us.
I can't. You can't win. They're too powerful. I have to think of what's best for Neil.
Even if it means depriving him of his own father?
Better that than Neil lose contact with Joe and me.
I shouldn't be surprised. You've disappointed me from the first day we met. God knows what Joe ever saw in you.
Dr. Davis, good to see you again.
You too, Mr. Baldwin.
These are friends of Julie's. This is my granddaughter, Karen Wexler, and Frank Scanlon.
How do you do?
So, how do you determine if Julie's able to stand trial?
Well, I'll ask her questions. That will help me gauge her thought process, her judgment, and memory recall. I'll also want to find out if she's experiencing any auditory or visual hallucinations. How has she been since she was arrested?
Well, I met with her a couple of times over the last few days, and she's...
Wait a minute, what do you mean you met with her? You can't question my client without my being present.
Now, hold on, Lee. I wasn't going behind your back. Julie was the one who came to me for the meetings.
That doesn't mean that you can take advantage of her current mental state.
You know me better than that. Everything I did was by the book.
I should get on with the examination.
Oh, yes, of course, Doctor. Now, you and I will continue this later.
Julie, this is Dr. Davis.
Pleased to meet you.
Hello.
He's the court-appointed psychiatrist I told you about.
You want to see if I'm competent to stand trial?
That's right.
Okay, let's do it.
Hey. First off, where are you?
In a police station interrogation room.
And what time of day is it?
Afternoon.
And what is the name of this town?
Port Charles.
If it's snowing outside, what's the weather? Hot or cold?
That's a tough one. I'm gonna have to guess cold.
Julie.
Do you know why you're being held here?
Of course I do.
And what is the reason?
I'm here because I am Daddy's perfect little girl.
My compliments on your performance.
Do you think they bought it?
Well, they should have. He was very convincing. Almost too convincing. Hey.
Oh. Hey.
How did it go?
Success, success.
Flowers for you, Mother. You. And puppy resin for everyone else.
We have enough to knock out the entire household.
So, did you tell the Canellises that you were staying?
Yes. The helicopter will be ready for you tonight after dinner.
Oh, here we are.
I need a distraction.
Prosta, Salispira.
Look what Victor and Joe brought.
Oh, flowers for the ladies. Oh, thoughtful. I'll have one of the maids put them in water.
Here.
Antonia. Dinner is almost ready. Shall we have drinks first? By all means. My dear?
Oh, thank you.
Where are you going?
I was just going to get my mother a wrap. She said she was cold.
Regala, Feda, Mu, Noena, Palto, Mrs. Scanlon. All right, you'll get it. Come on. The cocktails are waiting.
Oh. You insist. You coming?
Go ahead, pour me one. I want to tell the maid to put some flowers in Neil's room.
One martini coming up.
Thanks. Oh, Eleni, the others are having drinks if you'd like to join them.
I need one. That fool of a cook burned the soup.
The soup?
Yes. Our first course is ruined.
What's the second course?
Braised chicken over rice. Oh.
How long is this going to take?
Well, it's not something you can rush through. Listen, I want a cup of coffee. You want anything, any of you?
No, thanks. It's okay.
No, me neither.
I'll be back.
Glad you're here.
Well, that makes one of us.
You're a good man, Frank. Making sure that Julie gets help even after all that she's done. It's really good.
Yeah, us Scanlon men. We stick by our women. Serial killers, child kidnappers, we don't let minor character flaws cloud our judgment.
I assume that you mean Courtney when you say child kidnappers.
She did take off from Greece with Neil without telling anyone, violating a custody agreement.
Yeah, I know. That's pretty much how I see it.
Not that that fact would stop Joe. We both have quite a track record with women. I mean, our past record hasn't always been the greatest. At least with Joe, there's hope. He had the good sense to find you.
You seem anxious.
Are we done?
Not yet. Earlier, you said that you were in jail because you're Daddy's perfect little girl. What did you mean by that?
Well, I guess I meant...
Speak up, don't mumble. What did you mean?
Do you know how hard it is trying to be perfect for you? It's impossible, particularly when you never say one word of encouragement when I do anything right or good. All you ever see are my mistakes. Outside of that, you don't see me at all. You see Buddy. It's always Buddy.
Well, what do you expect? You make so many mistakes.
I killed you, didn't I? I got that one right.
Yes. You did. Look at you now. In jail. You think that makes me proud?
Julie. Julie? Julie? Were you speaking to your father?
What?
It seemed to me that you were speaking...
You're so gullible. I can't believe you bought that.
That was all an act?
Of course. Yeah, maybe I should do that in court. You think it'll convince the judge I'm crazy?
It was quite believable. I wonder if you could tell me...
I don't feel well.
What's the matter?
I feel dizzy. I don't want to answer any more questions. I want to go back to my cell.
So, did you do it?
No.
Why not?
The cook burned the soup, so it's not being served.
Well, couldn't you spike another dish?
I tried putting it in the rice, but the cook's watching it like a hawk.
All right, listen, give me the jar. I'll get to the rice, but I'm gonna need a distraction.
Okay. Leave a distraction to me. Garcia, I've been discussing with Courtney her decision to stay here, and I know Mary doesn't agree with me, but seeing all that you have to offer, I'm close to envious about the wonderful life that Neil will enjoy.
Well, that's very kind of you to say.
On the contrary, it's you who've been kind to us. If I might impose a bit further on your hospitality, one of my hobbies is the study of folk dance in various cultures, and I was hoping, if it's not too much to ask, that you might be able to give me a few pointers.
Well, Plato says, a man who cannot dance is uneducated and unrefined.
While an accomplished dancer is the epitome of a cultured man.
Correct.
If I start.
We start with the sirtaki.
Ah, sirtaki, of course.
Victor, you don't know what you are in for. When you ask Costa to dance, he will dance the night away.
Oh, I know this one.
Very good.
Okay.
Yes, good.
Maybe I don't know.
What are you doing? I'm sorry. Is that how you express enthusiasm?
No, not with food on the plate.
And not with my good china.
I'm terribly sorry. Don't call the maid. I'll clean it up myself. Please. Oh, terribly sorry.
Listen, I couldn't get to the rice dish, so I spiked the yogurt dish instead.
The tzatziki.
Yes, whatever you do not eat the tzatziki. Okay, pass it on.
All right. Okay. What's going on? Well, the rice is fine. Just don't eat the tzatziki.
Don't eat the tzatziki.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
How'd it go?
Well, it started out all right, but then Julie hallucinated that I was her father.
She thought you were Bennett Devlin.
She spoke to me as if I were.
She's getting worse.
When I confronted her, she denied seeing him, but I'm sure she really felt her father was in that room.
So what does that mean, bottom line?
Well, if she isn't consistently in touch with reality, then she can't assist in her own defense.
Then you don't think she is competent to stand trial?
I need to conduct some more sessions, but it looks that way.
I know that's hard to hear, but that is good news. I mean, no trial, no death penalty. Doctor, let me see to your car. Huh?
Sure.
We're supposed to be happy that Julie's headed to a psych ward for the rest of her life?
I know, like we can celebrate the mental breakdown of our friend.
Hey. How is she?
She's sick.
Yeah, we know. We heard about
No. She's physically ill. She needs to see a doctor.
Now listen to me. Whatever you do not eat the tzatziki.
Why not?
Because I put something in it that'll make whoever eats it fall asleep, and it's not going to hurt them, but it's our only way past the guards. And then Victor's going to fly us out of here in his helicopter.
Okay.
Okay?
No tzatziki. Got it.
I noticed the Canellises had plenty of tzatziki on their plates.
All the guards took some, too.
Well, we just have to warn Victor. He still thinks it's in the rice.
Finally. Mary, you don't have any tzatziki on your plate. You should go back to the buffet and get some. It's incredible.
When did you eat?
Just now in the kitchen. What?